Hi everyone, I'm Robert, I'm a watchmaker for a.lange and Söhne, and today I would like to talk about the acceleration and braking forces within our mechanical movements. We all know acceleration and braking forces do exist in a car. The engine will accelerate the car, the brakes will slow down the car, but they do exist as well in our mechanical movements. For example, the Zeitwerk. So let's dive into the Zeitwerk first. As we know, the Zeitwerk indicates the time with discs. We've got 3 large and quite heavy discs, and they need to be moved 1,440 times every single day. And to move those discs, we require quite a lot of energy. And this energy we take straight from the barrel. Within this barrel, we have the strongest mainspring we use in-house. And this energy now goes straight from the barrel into our constant force escapement. The constant force escapement is responsible of releasing this energy and blocking this energy flow. And between releasing and blocking, we only have 1/10 of a second. And during those times, the energy flows from the barrel into the constant force escapement and from there into our display mechanism, and then the discs will be changed with an extreme acceleration and they will be blocked again. And during those 1/10 of a second, a windbreak is operating as well. The windbreak is part of the constant force escapement, and this little brake will turn with high speed and it will slow down the energy flow from the barrel, which goes into the display mechanism. And basically the windbreak is there to prevent any damage to rivetings, to the movement, to the wheels, and it will make sure that the discs are only jumping 1 minute. So now we can move over to the datograph. With the datograph, we have acceleration and braking forces as well. So when you hit the start button of the datograph, the chronograph hand will start moving. A clutch will kick in, the brake will be released, and the chronograph hand now starts moving from 0 to full speed with no delay. Now, when we stop the chronograph, we hit the stop button again, the clutch will disengage, a brake will catch the chronograph wheel, and the chronograph hand stops. And now we have the strongest acceleration force when we reset the watch. So when we reset the chronograph, we push the chronograph button, the reset button or the flyback button, and the reset lever will glide into the movement, will glide into the chronograph wheel and into the minute counter wheel, and it will hit 2 little hearts there. The contact point there, grease is essential. So without grease, we would create a lot of friction and the mechanism wouldn't work for a day. So the reset lever will kick in and will reset chronograph hand and minute counter hand back to 0. And this will happen within a fraction of a second. Accelerating and bang, braking again. And there's one essential key point for the display mechanism, for the constant force escapement, for the chronograph mechanism, the setup of the movement. So the watchmaker needs to set up the movement to perfection in order to prevent any damage or any malfunctions. And any drop of oil, any drop of grease has to be placed perfectly with the right amount on the right spot. And if this is not the case, then the watch won't work for a day or maybe a week. So I hope I gave you a little insight into our acceleration and braking forces within our mechanical movements.